Let's have a conversation.
Okay, y'all, what's happening? Let's have a conversation. So I didn't jump on right away. Actually, what happened was I was waiting for the veto ceremony to complete. I had things to do. When I got off here, I told you guys I had things to do, and what actually ended up happening is I just fell asleep. That's the thing that I ended up doing. I woke up about, I want to say, an hour, 40 minutes ago, like around 7 o'clock Eastern time. And I went through Twitter and I saw that everybody had posted that Isam was indeed the replacement Nam. So they actually did it. Mama Felicia did it. Everybody stuck to their guns. So I rewound the tapes a little bit to see what Isam was doing. They were showing Isam in the kitchen, talking to Sari and talking to Izzy. And he was basically saying, I've been playing the game an honest way. Everybody on the TV is going to see that. He keeps saying that. Like, I'm not worried about when this comes out on TV because everyone is going to say that I played an honest game, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, obviously, my side was given misinformation, and the misinformation led them to flip. But I just believe that, being honest and telling the truth and standing for truth, justice, and the American way is going to shine through in the end. His demeanor was like very. He still he still spoke the same, but his demeanor is very defeated, and he's not the same when he can't puff out his chest, right? So he had this conversation with them. They really provided him nothing. They were just kind of there. That's what I find that happens with, especially with Sari. Maybe if Izzy was there by herself, she would be saying a little bit more. But the way Sari is that she'll offer a little bit of support and she'll wait to see what you're gonna say to her. So he just kept kind of repeating himself in a repetitive loop. Izzy called that conversation intense. I think that was just regular Heisem. The only difference is that he was sad because he's like, "Wow, my group like betrayed me." So the main conversation that I saw, which was rather lengthy, was actually Corey. So Corey actually went up to Haisam and was extremely blunt and honest with him. He was just like, "I'm just coming here to talk to you, see how things are going, and to tell you like what's up." And he was like, you know, your group basically, well, he didn't say who, he didn't say any names, but he was like, people that I trust in this house have told me that you were gunning for me, but the reason why the others might have put you on the block, he said, I think that you have been playing an honest game, a game of integrity, all that stuff that you're saying. However, I think that it was literally just a case of you won 3 comps and you're a huge threat because of winning comps. And he was like, Heisen was telling him, like, I feel so hurt. I feel betrayed. I feel defeated. I feel like, yeah, I'm a comp threat. I'm a guy who's going to win comps, but everything that I was doing was for the team. And I was going to help win all those things for the team. He also did like pulled a Cameron a little bit and was like, maybe I was being too paternal. Like, you ain't nobody's dad. In fact, you're not even the oldest person in your actual group that you were in. It showed a little thing of Mama Felicia and Sari talking, where I put the clip on my page where Felicia said that she told him, you are a huge comp threat. And she said that when the opportunity presented itself, I had to take it because it would be hard to get rid of you down the line. What was the other thing? Oh, yeah. And then she was like, I told him that you're making deals with everybody, and everybody talks. So everybody was basically in agreement that it's your time. It's your time to go. Now, the person that I told you guys early on, you can check the tapes. I know this game well. I know this game. I know we come on here and we debate, and not everything that I say is right, but 90% of the time it is. And I said, Corey is a huge threat. And the way that I've been watching Corey maneuver this situation is masterful because he made sure to be one of the first people to go and have a one-on-one with Heisem. He gave Heisem all the information from the house. He didn't give names, but he basically gave him all the information that was coming from the house. And I believe he did this because it's like Heisem is probably leaving. So I can use this Heisem opportunity as an opening to have these conversations with everyone else in the house and say, Heisem told me you said this about me. Heisem told me you said this about me. Heisem told me you said this about me. And this is to get a pulse of where he stands in the house. And also, it's probably a way of him gaining some leverage in the house because Corey knows that he's kind of in the middle. He knows that he doesn't have a strong alliance of his own. He was brought into all these groups. Like, he's not the bottom. He's not the person who they're like, we're targeting him next week. But he knows that there's a couple of alliances that are protecting each other, at least a couple of big ones. And he's at the bottom rung of each of those. So it's like they take out the big targets, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next person is like, oh, look at Corey. Corey is a threat because he's a brainiac and he's a super fan. So he's kind of playing this very well. So Saria is playing it how she always plays it. She's quiet. She's there. She's present for as many conversations as she can be, and she just allows the person to emote the way that they're emoting, and she doesn't really add anything. She doesn't really say too much, but she listens to everything. And then when she's the only time she really expresses anything really is if she is with Jared, Izzy, and Mama Felicia. That's the only time because that's the time she feels comfortable. And all three of them, I didn't think Mama Felicia was like this as much, but after seeing today, all three of those people that she's mainly working with operate on emotions and they operate on go time. So if she tells them something that they don't like about what somebody else is doing, she can count on them to run and confront the person or to spread it around the house. So Saria is somebody who looks at the tools that she has in her arsenal. She learns, she studies and learns how each person is. This one operates off of emotion. This one is more reserved. This one, I've even seen her working Matt a little bit. I mean, I don't think that she's completely playing Matt, but she's also kind of figured out what makes Matt comfortable and has kind of brought him in by coming to do things a little bit differently with him and have conversations in a little bit of a different way with him based on his comfortability level. Some of that's personal, some of that's game, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I think that Cerise's in a good position in the house. I think that Corey's stock, if I did like a stock rise and stop drop, I would say that Corey's stock has risen. I would say that America's stock has dropped. I would say that Jag and Blue are kind of disposable for most people in the house unless they win. I mean, like, Jag and Blue are possibly getting into like a must-win scenario for next week. So this explosion that we were waiting for with Heisem, I can only go by what they show when the feed started, so it very well could have happened right after the ceremony. They were kind of alluding to a reaction that he had right after. By the time we saw him, he was calm and chill. He was talking in the kitchen. He was talking to Corey upstairs. Let me see what he's doing right now. He's not on the camera right now. Now I'm seeing, well, I was seeing Corey, Izzy, and Jared. Okay, Corey, Izzy, and Jared are going into the HOH room and having a conversation. It looks like what? It looks like everyone's in there. Most of them are in there, not everybody. I'm watching it on mute, by the way, y'all, because you know how YouTube does me dirty. So that's it. The replacement nom is Haisam. And we are going to see really in the next 2 days what's going to happen. Is the house going to be tense? Is the house going to be blow ups? The one thing that I have seen, though, honestly, if almost anyone else in that house had won HOH aside from Mama Felicia, I think Heisem would be putting the press on them more. I think Mama Felicia is such a strong woman, a strong individual, that he would not try to put the press on her in that way. Or even if he did, we saw what she did with Jag earlier. I think she would shut that down. So what does this mean going forward? I'm not 100% that Heisem's going to go, but I think that he's going to go. And again, we're probably back in this situation of it depends on who wins. It depends on which side wins the next HOH. Hey, Rory, what's up? It's probably going to be a short one today. There's not that many people on, but that's okay. Today was a kind of a laid back day for me after so many days in a row of just content, live. Granted, I think I did go on live at least once or twice already today. Maybe it was just that one that I did when I said they were about to do the power veto. Excuse me. But yeah, the Heisem reaction that we saw so far has not been that heavy. Corey is masterfully going around, and he spoke to Heisem already. He's spreading all the information around to the house. He talked to Heisem like his goal was to get to the bottom of it to see if there was an opportunity to flip. I mean, not that he said he's planning to flip for him, but he did make it as if he's willing to flip if the information Heisem told him is correct, when that's not really his goal at all. I think his goal is to just tell people this is what Heisem is saying y'all said, as a way to fact check to see if there's any truth to what Heisem is saying so that he knows his position in the game, which is a very, very smart and calculated move by Corey, who I've said from the beginning is dangerous. I think that Mama Fee shot herself in the foot a little bit by pressing Jag so aggressively, because now everybody is kind of like, loose cannon. She might be a loose cannon, and we might not want her in the house down the line because I don't want her to press me like that. That's the way the game goes. That's the thing about the Big Brother game. Nothing happens for a while. They have these regular conversations where everything is calm and chill. Maybe it gets a little intense here and there, but nothing major. But then when something major happens, you best believe the house guests will use that down the line to spin that against you. So that was not a good move, but I don't think it will have immediate ramifications unless Cameron wins, or I could see it having ramifications if Jag actually wins or Blue. because I know that Jack said, I'm down with the 7, I'm strong with the 7. He could get down with the others if he wins. If he, I'm sure he would talk to them and entertain that. I'm sure he would talk to them and at least entertain that. Because when somebody comes and tries to check me like that, I'm like, okay, so you're not on my side for real. So I will at least engage in conversations to see if I should put you up. And it's not off the table or anything for, I would say, a Sari and a Felicia to get put up next to each other one of these days, depending on who wins. It all depends in this house on who wins. And I know that's an obvious statement, but the splits are obvious. That's why I'm saying that. In other seasons, the way that they're split up is less obvious. The people who are working together will hang around each other 24/7, 365. They won't even try to really engage in that in other conversations that much. So it's just like they don't hide anything, they don't mask anything. So it's like if we win, you're going up. If you win, we're going up. That's just the way that it is in the wild, wild west. And then they fight over the floaters to see who's gonna have the numbers to stay and who's gonna have the numbers to go. So that's my Heisem update. He definitely looks defeated. I will be back. I don't know. I could be back tonight, depending on if anything new or big happens. But if not, keep checking my shorts and check my video uploads. You know, I'm sure that I'll continue to upload through the night like I usually do. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. What do you mean by leave this up? What do you mean by leave this up, Chocolate? Oh, you mean stay on. I don't really have anything more to say. That's why I'm closing it. Why did she get upset with Jag? Oh, because Blue Blue called Cameron into a room to have a conversation. So she was having this feeling, and I guess she was hearing around the house possibly that there was this side group that was forming with like Jag and Blue, Red, Cameron, and Matt. So the Cameron and Red part of it is true because I watched them last night form that final two. Them trying to pull in Matt, Jag, and Blue is also true. But in terms of Matt, Jag, and Blue committing to that group, I don't know about that. Like, I don't really know where their loyalty lies. At least Jag is claiming that he's with that 7. I don't remember. Is Blue with that 7? Blue might be with that 7, but they consider Blue and Jag expendable. So I feel like her getting so hot at. I feel like Mama Fee getting so hot at Jag is kind of hypocritical a little bit, but you know what? It's Big Brother. Paranoia rules the game, and yeah, now everyone, Chocolate, you probably earned at least another 5 minutes because everybody true to form always hops on right when I'm like, I'm leaving. I am leaving soon though. This is not going to be, this is for sure not going to be one of those 2 hour, 3 hour lives. The thing is, without me being able to show you guys the live feeds, the issue is it makes me miss so much stuff. Like I can't watch it while I'm doing this. I have it on, but it's on mute. Because if YouTube even hears the live feed in the background, they're going to give me a copyright strike. Jared is showing growth. I don't know about any of that. The last time I saw Jared, he was saying all the same stuff that he was saying previously. You can go, no worries. Yeah, I am gonna go in a few, Miss Snappy Kid. I am actually gonna go in a few. I just don't like hopping off when people hop on because I think that's rude. I mean, that's just me. When I see people pop on right before I leave, I always try to acknowledge as many of them as I can before I hop off. He wants poom poom. I saw him earlier talking to Blue. Where were they? I saw him talking to Blue at some point, and he was like, "You rejected me like multiple times," and I'm like, "Oh, rejected him how? For what?" Because I thought that he doesn't roll that way on TV, and he won't do anything with cameras on. He looks very defeated. He looks very sad and very defeated. He looks very sad and very defeated. He doesn't have that same like excitement and spark when he talks. Like he still sounds kind of the same, but he's like, I'm betrayed, I'm hurt, I'm sad. I don't know what to do with my life. He's not saying that much, but Corey suggested to Haisam, he was like, hey, it's possible that if you go, there could be a battle back competition. And he was like, I'm not doing no battle back competition. He was like, if they vote me out, if they vote me to leave, I'm going home to my friends and family. I didn't come here to do battle back. I'm not interested in doing a battle back. And he's like, what am I going to do a battle back for? Just to win and come back in the house and then go back out the very next week? He said, I know how this game goes. I don't want to do any battle back. I'm done. Yeah, somehow, some way. The only thing that concerns me is Jared. That's the only thing. Thanks for the recap. No problem. Why did who apologize? Who apologized? I don't know who apologized. I wonder if they... I don't know who apologized, Chocolate. All right, y'all. I think that's about it for me. And like I said, you know how I am. If anything pops up, anything exciting, interesting pops up tonight, I'll be on it. If not, I'll definitely talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great one.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on it.
That wasn't planned.
You know what? But I like this Canadian.
Well, thank you.